when you're translating a shape, the size or dimension of the shape does not change. So the size and the dimension of the shape stays exactly the same. The orientation or rotation of the shape does not change, so it's exactly the same orientation. We do not rotate it or anything, so you don't need tracing paper, mirrors or anything. The only thing that changes is the position. So the only thing that will change is the position of this shape. It's here, then it will be moved somewhere else. Now, it says here, shape U is shown on the grid below. Translate the shape U 3 squares to the right. So key information here, 3 squares to the right, and then 4 squares down. All you need to do is pick a vertex of the shape that you want to move. So I'm going to start with this corner here, and then all you need to do, it says 3 squares to the right, 4 squares down. So we move this vertex, this point, 3 squares to the right, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 squares down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will come here. And then pick another vertex. So if we pick this one here, once again, 3 squares to the right, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will come here. Now, for some of you who have good spatial reasoning, you'll realize that after you have just moved one vertex, so for example here we did the green one first, you can just immediately just draw the shape by just looking at the number of boxes we have there. The height here is 3 boxes, so from the green one we go 3 boxes down to draw the other vertex, and then this one here, this vertex here, this purple one, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes across, so you could easily just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes across to draw it there. Or we can do the first method that we did, which was just move this purple vertex 3 squares to the right, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 squares down, so it will come 1, 2, 3, 4, so it will be over here. All we need to do now is just join the vertices, join the corners of the triangle, and please make sure you use a ruler. And that's it, we're done. And it says here to label the translated shape V, so we must label this V, and we're done. Now, again, just to summarize, the size and the dimension of the shape does not change. You see, it's exactly the same size and dimension, and the orientation or the rotation of the shape is still the same. It does not get rotated, it stays in the same, it has the same orientation. And the key thing to remember, you can just pick a corner, pick a vertex, and then move it how many spaces to the right and how many spaces down will be specified in the question. Here it says to translate shape X positive 6 units horizontally, so let's underline this, and then negative 4 units vertically. Now the important thing to remember is positive 6 horizontally, positive 6 means to the right. If it was negative, we would have moved it to the left horizontally. So remember, positive 6 means to the right. So let's just write this down. Positive, when you are talking about horizontal movement, means to the right. Negative will mean to the left. And when you're talking about vertical movement, positive means up and negative means down. Now, so once again, pick a vertex. We'll start off with A, 6 units to the right, horizontally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So A will come over here. Now, if your spatial reasoning is good, you'll realize that this is a 3 by 2 rectangle, so the other vertices will be 3 by 2 rectangle, so the other vertices 1, 2, 3 will be over here. The other one will be there, and the other one will be there. And all you need to do now is just to join the vertices, but also to remember that A is the one over here. A came over here. And we just need to join the vertices. I don't have a ruler, but please use a ruler in the exam. And then we're done. And it says, does it? Okay, it does tell us to label the shape as Y. So this is my shape Y. And the question is, what are the coordinates of the translated vertex A on the shape Y? Well, A has come all the way here, and the coordinates of that is along the corridor to 4. So my X value is 4, along the corridor to 4. Now, is it going up or down the stairs? No, it is not. It is staying on the x-axis, so the y value is 0. And remember what I said, any point on the x-axis will have a y coordinate of 0, and we're done. Here it says to translate shape K, this is shape K, minus 5 units horizontally. So let's underline this, minus 5 units horizontally and positive 6 units vertically. Minus 5 horizontally means to the left, so we move 5 units to the left. Positive 6 vertically means we move 6 units up. So let's do this. Just pick any vertex of the shape, any point on the shape. So I'm going to start off with M here. So we move it 5 units horizontally, minus 5 units horizontally, which means 5 units to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 units vertically, which means 6 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will come over here. M will come over here. Now, once again, if your spatial reasoning is good, you should realize that this, if I just color this point with a blue marking here, this point here will come down, diagonally down here, over there. And the other point, from here we can see the other point here. If I just use another color there, the brown one here is just from the purple one, it's 1, 2, 3 down, and then 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3 down, and then 1 to the right, so it will be over there. And all we need to do now is just connect the points. You must use a ruler. I do apologize, I don't have a ruler here. And that's it, we're done. And you can check this brown point here has moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. Exactly the translation. You can check with the blue one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, and then 6 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's exactly there. Now the question says, what are the coordinates of the vertex M? Well, the vertex M was here, and on the translated shape it has come over there, which is -3 to the -3 along the corridor, up the stairs to 5, -3, 5. So my coordinates are -3, 5, and we're done. The coordinates of vertex Z on the shape O are -3, 2. So Z is -3, 2. Shape O is translated by -1 unit horizontally and +4 units vertically to give the shape P. Find the coordinates of the translated vertex Z on the shape P. So we have not been given a diagram or a sketch here, but all you need to know and all you need to understand is that the horizontal part of a translation affects the x coordinate, and the vertical part of a translation affects the y coordinate. So the vertex Z was translated by -1 horizontally, so the -1 horizontally affects the x coordinate, and +4 vertically, and the +4 vertically affects the y coordinate. Now, what is -3 minus 1? -3 minus 1 is just -4. So the x coordinate of the translated vertex will be -4. What is 2 plus 4? It's 6. So the y value, y coordinate will be 6. And we're done. Now, on the next question, it says the coordinates of vertex J on N are -4, -5. So J is -4, -3. And then shape N is translated, and the coordinates of the translated vertex J is 1, 1. So after the translation, the coordinates of J are now 1, 1. The question is, what translation was performed on N? Very simple. All you need to see is, how has the x value changed? How much has it changed by? Has something been added to it, or has something been taken away, or has something been taken away? It was -4. It is now 1. Clearly, we have added 5. So the horizontal, because the x represents the horizontal movement along the corridor, the horizontal translation is +5 units horizontally, +5 units horizontally. And then we look at the vertical, which is the y values. From -3 it went to +1. That is clearly, we add 4. So the vertical translation is +4, and we're done. The coordinates of vertex P on the shape T are A, B. Shape T is translated so that the coordinates of the translated vertex P are A minus 6, B plus 1. Now, the important thing here to understand is we are taking away 6 to the x coordinate. That means we are moving, remember the x coordinate represents along the corridor, so that means we are moving 6 to the left. And the y coordinate represents vertical movement, so we are moving 1 up. So all you need to do here, it says perform the translation. So we will move the coordinate 6 to the left and then 1 up. So P, 6 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 up. 1 up, it will come over here. So P has come over here. Now, if your spatial reasoning is good, you should realize that if that is P, then we can plot this vertex simply by just counting the number of boxes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it will come there. And you can clearly see that the other vertices can also simply be drawn by just counting the number of boxes. So the blue one here, or we can just use the translation 6 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 up, so it will be over there. And then the brown one, clearly it's just 1, 2, 3 from the blue one, so 1, 2, 3 from the blue one there. And then all you need to do now is just join the vertices. You must reuse a ruler. I do apologize, I do not have a ruler. And that's it, you're done. And does it ask you to label the shape? It doesn't ask you to label the shape, but the question is, what are the coordinates of the translated vertex P? Well, P was over here and it has come there. And the coordinates of P there, the coordinates of P here are along the corridor to -2, up the stairs to 2. So the coordinates are -2, 2. So -2, 2, and we're done. Here it says vertex C on the shape Y has the coordinates -2, 4. So this is vertex C. And the A represents this X value here, and the B represents this Y value here. Shape Y is translated so that the coordinates of the translated vertex C are A plus 1, so we add 1 to the X, and B plus 2, we add 2 to the Y value. Find the coordinates of the translated vertex C. All we need to do, we just need to add 1 to the X value, so plus 1. What is -2 plus 1? -2 plus 1 is just -1, so the X coordinate will be -1. And then we need to add 2 to the Y value. 4 plus 2 is just 6, so the Y coordinate is 6. And that's it, we're done.